Welcome to English Podcast by Levels. Here you can improve your English with natural, clear, and useful conversations. This episode is for B1 to B2 learners. At this level, you will hear longer sentences, more detailed ideas, and more natural expressions. Listen carefully to the conversation. Notice how the speakers share opinions, explain their thoughts, and react to each other. You can listen first, then repeat useful sentences and use them in your own English. Now, let's start the conversation.
Watching the World Cup with friends feels completely different from watching it alone. When I watch a match by myself, I enjoy the football, but when I watch it with friends, the whole evening becomes more exciting.
I agree. A World Cup match is not only 90 minutes of football, it becomes a social event. People meet before the game, talk about the teams, prepare snacks, and try to guess what will happen.
Exactly. I like the conversations before the match. Everyone has an opinion. One person says the team should attack more, another person says they should play carefully, and someone else only worries about the goalkeeper.
That is true. Sometimes the discussions before the match are already full of emotion. People talk like they are coaches. They explain tactics, lineups, and possible problems, even if they only watch football once a month.
That is the funny part of the World Cup. It turns normal people into football experts. During the tournament, everyone suddenly knows which player is tired, which team is dangerous, and which coach is making mistakes.
Yes, and nobody wants to be wrong. If someone predicts the correct score, they remind everyone about it for the rest of the night. They say, "I told you this would happen," again and again.
I know that type of person. But honestly, those small jokes make watching football with friends more fun. The match is important, but the atmosphere around the match is also part of the memory.
Definitely. Before the game even starts, the room already has energy. People choose their seats, someone checks the TV sound, someone brings food, and someone keeps asking how many minutes are left.
And when the national anthems begin, the mood changes. Everyone becomes quieter for a moment. You can feel that the match is about to become serious.
That moment is powerful. Even if you are watching at home, you can feel the stadium atmosphere through the screen. The fans, the flags, and the players' faces make everything feel bigger.
Then the first whistle comes, and suddenly everyone is focused. People stop talking for a few seconds because they want to understand how the match is starting.
Yes, those first minutes are important. Everyone watches the players carefully. Are they nervous? Are they confident? Are they attacking? Are they defending? The whole group starts reading the game together.
One of the best things about watching with friends is sharing the nervous moments. When your team loses the ball near the goal, everybody reacts at the same time. Some people shout, some people stand up, and some people cover their face.
That is so true. Football makes people move without thinking. A dangerous attack can make everyone jump from the sofa. A missed chance can make the whole room angry in 1 second.
And when there is a goal, the reaction is even stronger. If it is your team, everyone shouts, hugs each other, and forgets everything else for a moment.
A goal celebration with friends is special. You are not just happy because the ball went in. You are happy because you share the moment with people around you. That makes the goal feel bigger.
Exactly. Even a normal goal can become unforgettable if you watch it with the right people. Years later, you may remember who was there, what you said, and how everyone reacted.
That is why World Cup memories stay with us. We may forget many normal days, but we remember important matches because they are connected to people, places, and emotions.
I also like how different friends behave during a match. Some people are calm and quiet. Some people are loud from the first minute. Some people become very serious and cannot even smile.
Yes, and some people are too nervous to sit down. They walk around the room, check their phone, look at the screen, and ask the same question again and again.
That question is usually, how much time is left? When the match is close, the last 10 minutes feel much longer than normal time.
Absolutely. 10 minutes in daily life pass quickly, but 10 minutes in a World Cup match can feel like an hour. Every pass, every mistake, and every referee decision feels important.
And if your team is winning by one goal, you almost stop enjoying the match. You only want the referee to blow the final whistle.
That is the stress of football, but somehow we love it. We complain about the pressure, but we come back to watch the next match again.
Food is also a big part of watching the World Cup with friends. For some people, match night is not complete without snacks, drinks, and something easy to share.
Yes, because people do not want a serious dinner during the match. They want food they can eat while watching the screen. Pizza, chips, sandwiches, and simple snacks are perfect for that.
I agree, but sometimes the food becomes a problem. Someone always stands in front of the TV at the worst possible moment.
That always happens. The team is attacking, and suddenly someone walks across the room with the plate. Then everyone shouts, "Move! Move! We can't see!"
It is funny because nobody gets that angry during normal life, but during a World Cup match, even standing in the wrong place can become a serious mistake.
Exactly. The rules of the room change during football. You should not block the screen. You should not ask too many questions during an attack, and you should not say, "This match is boring," too early.
That is an important rule. If someone says the match is boring, sometimes something dramatic happens immediately after. Then everyone blames that person for saying it.
Yes, football fans are a little superstitious. They believe small things can change the match. Some people sit in the same place every game because they think it brings luck.
I know people like that. If the team scores while they are sitting in one chair, they refuse to move for the rest of the match.
That sounds crazy, but during the World Cup it feels normal. People wear lucky shirts, repeat the same habits, and avoid saying certain things because they do not want to bring bad luck.
And friends make those habits even funnier. They notice everything. If you leave the room and the team scores, they may ask you to leave again.
That is true. The World Cup creates funny traditions between friends. They may not make sense, but they become part of the experience.
Another thing I enjoy is watching neutral matches with friends. When your own country is not playing, the atmosphere is more relaxed. You can enjoy the football without feeling too much pressure.
That is a good point. In neutral matches, people choose sides for different reasons. One person supports the underdog, another person supports a favorite player, and someone else chooses the team with the better jersey.
Yes, sometimes the reasons are not serious at all. Someone says, "I like their fans," or "I visited that country once," and suddenly they support that team for 90 minutes.
That is part of the fun. The World Cup helps people connect with countries they may not know very well. You watch one match, then you become curious about the team, the fans, and the culture.
And when the match is exciting, everyone becomes involved. At first, people say they do not care who wins, but after 20 minutes, they are shouting for one team like real supporters.
Exactly. Football pulls people in. A good save, a strong tackle, or a beautiful attack can make you care about a match very quickly.
I think watching with friends helps with that. Their reactions make the match more emotional. If someone gets excited, you feel more excited too.
That is true. Emotions spread in the room. One nervous person can make everyone nervous. One hopeful person can make everyone believe a comeback is possible.
Comebacks are the best when you watch with friends. When a team is losing but still fighting, the whole room starts to feel the tension.
Yes, and if they score late, the reaction is incredible. Even people who were neutral suddenly celebrate like they have supported that team for years.
That is why I think the World Cup is perfect for group watching. Every match can become a shared story, even if nobody expected it.
I agree. A normal evening can turn into a memory just because one match becomes dramatic.
Of course, watching with friends is not always peaceful. Sometimes people support different teams, and the room becomes divided.
That can be dangerous, but also funny. One side of the room celebrates, while the other side becomes silent. Then the jokes begin.
Yes, football jokes can be fun, but people need to be careful. During the World Cup, emotions are strong. A small joke can feel bigger when someone's team is losing.
That is true. Good friends know when to joke and when to stop. Football should create fun, not real arguments.
Exactly. It is okay to disagree about the match. It is okay to say the referee made a mistake or the coach chose the wrong players. But it should stay friendly.
I agree. The best football conversations are passionate but respectful. You can support different teams and still enjoy the match together.
Actually, supporting different teams can make the match more exciting. If everyone supports the same team, the room has one emotion. But if people support different sides, every attack creates a different reaction.
That makes the atmosphere more alive. One person cheers for a shot, another person shouts because they are scared, and someone else just laughs at both of them.
And after the match, the winning side becomes very confident. They start explaining why their team was better, even if the match was very close.
Yes, and the losing side usually says, "We were unlucky." That is one of the most common football sentences in the world.
It is true, though. Sometimes a team really is unlucky. They hit the post, miss easy chances, or lose because of one small mistake.
That is why football creates endless discussion. There is always another way to explain the result.
For me, the most important thing is that watching the World Cup with friends creates connection. People put their phones down, sit together, and share the same moment.
That is rare now. Many people spend time alone with their screens, but during a big World Cup match, everyone looks at the same screen together and reacts together.
That shared experience feels special. You do not need to talk all the time. Sometimes just watching together is enough.
Yes, and football gives people an easy reason to meet. Some friends may be busy for weeks, but when there is an important match, they find time.
I like that. The World Cup becomes more than a tournament. It becomes a reason to gather, laugh, argue, celebrate, and remember.
And even if the match is not perfect, the evening can still be great. Maybe the game is slow, but the conversation is funny. Maybe the result is disappointing, but the memory is still good.
That is a nice way to look at it. The result matters, of course, but the people around you matter too.
Exactly. Years later, we may not remember every score, but we will remember the friends, the jokes, the nervous moments, and the celebrations.
So, watching the World Cup with friends is not only about football. It is about sharing emotions in real time.
I agree. The World Cup brings the world together, but it also brings small groups of friends together in living rooms, cafes, restaurants, and fan zones.
And right now, while the tournament is happening, every match is a new chance to create one of those memories.
Exactly. The match starts, the friends gather, the emotions rise, and for 90 minutes, everyone becomes part of the same story.
That's the end of this B1 to B2 English conversation. Great job listening. At this level, understanding natural conversations takes time, so don't worry if you did not understand every word. Listen again, focus on useful phrases, and try to repeat some sentences out loud. The more you listen, the more confident and fluent your English will become. Thank you for listening to English Podcast by Levels. See you in the next conversation.